to the republic for which it stands.
One nation, under God.
Indivisible.
With liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the War Room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
And we're back over here in the high desert of southern Idaho, tucked away in the war room. I've showed up and I was able to drag Dean away from the clutches of his wife.
True.
We've been doing it every weekend, and we couldn't do it last weekend because someone couldn't get permission to come over and play.
Right, I couldn't get the pants away from the wife so I could come over, so sorry, Todd.
Yeah, I'll forgive you this one time.
It's all good. We were taking care of business, getting the kids together, getting the house whipped into shape.
That's not as important as this podcast that you do for free.
Shh, get me in trouble.
That's right. So it's been 2 weeks. I'm going to start with me today.
Sure.
Okay. Usually this is where I ask you what you've done. You ask me, what have I done?
Hey, Todd, what have you done that's been Second Amendment or firearms related in the last 2 weeks?
I actually had a class during the week.
During the week?
During the week.
On a weeknight?
Yes, I had a private individual get a hold of me. I wanted a private class. She's going to go look to purchase some firearms.
Uh-huh.
And so she had some that she'd borrowed she wanted to shoot, and she's a rifle person. She's not used to shooting handguns.
Mm-hmm.
And so she wanted me to bring all mine, and she brought some ammo. And we went over safety instruction and some handgun manipulation and all that good stuff. And then we shot we probably spent about 3.5 hours shooting shooting handguns.
What'd you shoot? What did she bring?
She didn't bring very many. She brought one little, it was a Bersa 380. That's all she brought.
A Bersa.
Okay. A Bersa. A little Bersa 380, a little semi-auto.
Uh-huh.
And then I had all mine there that she used. And I was lucky enough, though, I was able to get there ahead of her, and about an hour and a half ahead of her,
uh-huh.
and I was able to put 100 rounds downrange.
Nice.
Something that I need to do.
Just do for yourself.
A lot more. And it was kind of cold in there, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I put it on Facebook. If you were on Facebook, Dean, you would have seen it.
Oh, yeah.
And I put it on Instagram because I am on Instagram now under Patriot Defense 13.
Such a millennial.
Yeah, I am trying to be. I'm trying to hold on to my youth. But I put it on there. I had on the table. I had all my handguns laid out with them. I mean, it was a sweet picture.
Yeah.
And just had a fun time shooting. But she shot each one of my handguns, and she was certain that she wanted a smaller type firearm because she doesn't have very big hands.
Yeah.
And I was telling her that even in a small firearm,
they're going to have more recoil.
They're going to have more recoil. But she goes, they feel better in my hands. And she started shooting all my guns. And she fell on one firearm that she really liked. And she said that she wanted to, before she started shooting everything, she wanted to spend about $300 or $400 on a handgun. And the one that she liked the most was actually a little more money than that.
What was it? Can you mention it?
Yeah, I can mention it. It was my Springfield Armory XDM 3.8 and 9mm. Everybody loves that stupid gun, and I got it fixed. Look around.
You got the magazine out of it?
I did.
Where is it?
It's in we've already shot it. It's in the safe.
Oh, I'll be buggered. All right.
So I let it sit out here for a week while I molded over.
Uh-huh.
Ended up taking the base plate off the magazine, taking a pair of pliers, and I just kind of committed in my head that I was going to destroy that magazine if I had to. And so I couldn't find any other way to do it, so I took the base plate off of it, took the spring out of it, grasped onto the end of that magazine with a pair of pliers, and just gave it one big old heave-ho, and it came right out.
Oh, wow. So it wasn't that hard.
No, it wasn't
nice.
that. I mean, you couldn't tug it to get it out. I mean, I really had to yank on it.
Yeah. Was it caught? Was there a lip that was caught on something?
Yeah, there was a little part of the magazine that is kind of flared out. It's like a half moon cutout, and it kind of stuck out a little bit. So in the proper gun, and the VP9 that magazine was supposed to go in, I'm sure it's there for a reason. It probably catches and holds a little release button or whatever it does.
Yeah.
Probably for the paddle release.
Yeah.
And it wasn't there in the Springfield and XDM because it's not the right firearm for it, and it was getting caught up on a little I don't know what it was, but heck, it works. I don't care.
Well, great. I'm glad you got it fixed. And you still have the magazine still works? You tried it in your HK?
Yeah. I put it back together. We're good to well, no.
Nice.
I haven't used it, but I'm sure it does. It looks fine.
Okay.
So we'll see if it goes bang.
Right.
But other than that, that's what I did. I'm trying to work on a new class. This will be more of a classroom type class. We'll always have shooting involved, but it's going to be based around defensive mindset and the OODA Loop, which we'll talk about. We'll touch on just a little bit later on for those of us who don't know what that is. But I'm trying to put a class together that's going to talk about this kind of stuff, and then we'll have some fun shooting toward the end. But I'm kind of slow at it, so I'll work on it some more tomorrow, see if I can get it put together. It's building a PowerPoint that takes me forever because...
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's just...
Well, once you get it built, you can use it over and over and over.
Well, yeah, and I'm trying to find some good videos so no, you don't have to listen to me just drone on and on.
And on and on.
Hey, Dean.
What? Oh, sorry.
You act
sorry.
like you've taken you act like you might have taken my class.
Or listen to your podcast or something.
Exactly. We do have, and I will get to you in a minute, Dean.
Mm-hmm. No worries.
You missed last week, so I'm moving on without you for a little bit. We got new listeners, Dean.
We do?
We got new listeners. We pulled this up. I haven't looked at it for 3 or 4 days. Okay, and we're getting some downloads, and the downloads jumped. We got new countries listening to us.
Holy chowder.
We got France.
What?
Hello to all you Frenchies.
And
what? Yeah, Germany.
Hey!
I like Germany's. That's HK.
Right?
HK, buddy. I'm glad Germany.
HK
I represent your country well. That is the gun that I carry every day.
And your cousins across the border making Glock over there in Austria.
I've got one of those too. I don't shoot it that much, but I've got one. But I hate your 43. I don't.
That single stack mini.
I hate
mini
this,
9.
I hate the 43. I hate the G43. Now we will probably never get anyone to listen to us from Austria now.
Oh, well.
But I love the VP9.
Right.
I love the VP9.
And I absolutely love my Model 30.
There you go.
Right. It's a 45. It's a man's gun.
Yeah, 9mm man's gun.
It's a man's caliber.
I have a paddle release, dude.
A what?
Exactly. So, anyhow, we've got some other people listening. Fantastic. I've actually got a lot of comments and stuff, people texting me or sending me messages saying, hey, man, I love the podcast. These are people that I've actually kind of just like sent it to them.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah,
and said, listen. So what I'm doing is when people take a class of mine, this is my new top secret method, okay? I'm trying everything I can. When people take a class of mine, I always send them a text message full of directions and what they need, and I've inserted the links to the podcast.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So I'm sure I'm going to get some like 82-year-old guy that takes my class, which a lot of older people take my class, and that's fine.
Yeah.
He's probably going, what the hell's a podcast?
Right. Well, hey, do we get any new listeners from Sweden? Or do we just completely alienate them with
you know, I don't think Sweden's growing. I think we just got 2 new countries. That's it. I don't know. I need to probably screenshot those numbers.
Right.
And we can. What we'll do, I'll screenshot those numbers, and we're gonna get us a world map. I've got a spot right here. We can hang it, and we'll check the numbers every week.
Oh, right. That'll be a new segment. Check the numbers, Todd.
Check the numbers. Yeah, that's right. It'll be awesome.
How funny.
So, Dean.
Yeah.
Back at you now. What did you do, Second Amendment or firearms related, in the last 2 weeks?
Well, I tell you, I've been for Christmas. I got a new motorcycle jacket, and it's got a pocket in it you can conceal carry.
It's your gang cut. We know all about that.
Yeah, it's my gang.
Mr.
Right.
Sons of Anarchy.
Mr. 1%er here. Yeah. So, I've got my Glock in a thing that I carry at church, and I've got my a J frame Smith. Oh, you checking to see if your mic's on?
I'm checking to see if my mic. Yeah, I'm checking to see if my mic's on.
Anyway,
yeah, we've gone down that road before.
Anyway, very good.
We're only 8 minutes in.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay, I'm good too. I'm so yeah. Back to the show. So I got the Glock that I carry in a rig at church, and I got my J frame that I carry in my motorcycle vest, which fits really nice. But in this jacket, my motorcycle jacket, I need a new pistol to put in it because I've been carrying my GP100, which is a Ruger 357 Magnum. It's a medium frame revolver.
Yeah.
It's got a 4-inch barrel, but it feels absolutely huge in there. And oh my gosh, it weighs a ton. It probably weighs about 3.5-4 pounds, which doesn't sound like much, but when you're carrying,
You know, if
my
you
goodness.
want a man's gun, I'm pretty sure, and I'd have to look. I think I forget who makes it, but I know there's someone out there who makes a 9mm revolver.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I know Taurus does. I looked at him.
No, there's someone else besides Taurus.
Oh goodness!
9mm revolver, dude. That's what you need. That's a man's gun
man.
right there.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Does it come with maxi pads?
It might. Moon clips, something.
gosh.
Moon clips, maxi pads, the same thing, right?
Yeah, I've been looking around looking for one because I want to get. I would like to get a Smith and Wesson. Let me sit here.
And I want to apologize to all our women listeners, women subscribers there. Thanks, Dean. We're gonna lose all but 2 now,
and all our Swedish listeners as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I want to get a
big
a
board?
44 special.
Yeah.
Revolver, because the ballistics on a 44 special are very similar to 45 auto. They're both subsonic. They both travel about depending on the load. If you get a 230 to 240 grain load, it's going about just over 900 feet per second.
Do me a favor, if you
Yes.
get one, make sure it's a really lightweight one. I got at least 2 times, if not 3 times during the summer, I want to borrow it.
Yeah.
And take all my races with me, so I don't have to put out the money for one.
Well, if you do that, get a sonic cleaner so you can wash it when you're done.
I don't sweat. I'll breeze down those mountain trails.
Gosh, yeah, you don't sweat. You do. Okay.
Yeah. So anyhow,
That's what I've been looking at, and I found Charter Arms makes one.
Yeah.
They're even Ruger now is chambering the 44 special, and it's GP100. It's medium frame revolver. It's only got 5 holes in it though, only 5 rounds because it's a big round.
We carry 2.
But yeah, I guess.
Revolvers, man. You gotta have one on each hip.
Well, at least a speed loader.
Now one on each hip.
Gosh.
Yeah.
To pull my pants down equally.
I used to tell that to people, and they say, "Well, do you carry?" Because I've been known to carry 2 guns.
Yeah.
And they say, "Well, you need to carry a spare mag, some reloads for your." I don't carry a spare mag. I do carry a spare mag, but it's got another gun wrapped around it.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right
Yeah,
there.
it's even faster.
One on my waist, one on my ankle.
You don't have to worry about reloading.
That's right.
Right. I also found Smith and Wesson makes a 45 auto that you put in, just uses moon clips. And there was someone else, I think it was Taurus, makes a 45 that you don't have to use moon clips. It's got special ball detents in the chambers of the wheel. This is a revolver, so you don't have to use moon clips in it. But I would still be afraid that they're just going to fall right out the end as I'm...
Freaking revolver talk.
Oh my gosh.
Freaking revolver talk. I have no idea. Moon clips, indents. I don't know, Dean. Revolvers?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Todd. Yeah.
Revolvers, they kind of bore me.
Well...
What else have you done?
Go back to Instagram.
Have you done
Damn
anything?
millennial. Oh my gosh.
Have you done anything else this week?
I
see you never called on my Taurus.
No, I didn't. But it's been busy with work and family and making sure the kids are getting where they need to go.
Todd's more important.
And
this podcast is more important. I saw how you kicked it off last week. This podcast is more important, Dean.
Have mercy, Todd. Have mercy. Have mercy.
So anyhow, I got to call and order those now, don't I?
Right? Yeah, I got all the information for you. I printed off the pages with the they're not exactly part numbers, but it's an explosion of the gun, so you can see where the parts are supposed to go, and a list of the parts. And,
I'm going to get the
phone
parts,
number to call
and then
Taurus.
I'm going to take it to your house. You're going to put it back together. For
Oh,
me.
that'll be
Is
fine.
that a deal?
That's absolutely fine.
In fact, we'll
put a little bit of Loctite in it so it doesn't back out again.
Maybe we'll try out Instagram Live, and we'll fire it up. I don't know how to do it, but we'll fire it up while we're doing our next podcast, and we'll focus the camera not on me, on you, and you could show everyone how you're putting this Taurus back together. What do you think?
Yeah, fair enough. We'll do it. Yeah, okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll fix your Taurus.
Anything else? Did you do anything else?
No, I completely ignored Facebook because I was so frustrated with it last time. I checked out because it made me so angry. I know, and some big things have come up.
You're kind of a wimp.
I am. I'm emotionally, I'm a marshmallow. Yeah. My patients come in and ask, oh, it hurts right here. Oh, here's some Norcos. Okay, here you go. oh, 30 aren't enough? Okay, here's 180. Come back next week for more.
You ain't going to have a job Monday, are you? So I'm looking over here. We're in the war room. I'm looking at the desk, and I've got a microphone.
Yeah.
Right there. It's still in the package.
Right.
Got the filter still in the package, and I've got the microphone swing arm still in the freaking package.
Right.
And why is that? It's because Todd hasn't gotten off his butt to get an interview done, anyone invited over here. Well, and actually, I was thinking about this. I did invite someone over here because I invited our listener friend and subscriber friend, Eric, from Napa, which he manages that now.
Eric, the manager at Napa.
Eric, the Napa Auto Parts manager.
Eric,
I said, hey, Eric, do you work on Saturday? He says, no, I don't work on Saturday. I said, you want to come by the War Room? We can do the podcast. Let's set in. I want to try this mic out. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
He said he was helping his wife. I said, well, it'll be in the afternoon. What do you? Well, his wife owns a dog grooming business.
Yeah.
And pretty much what it boiled down to is Eric can't make it because he's going to be painting some St. Bernard's freaking toenails after he gives him a bath. And that's more important than hanging out with us.
That's exactly what he told you, isn't it? Because he has to go paint some toenails.
He has to paint some dog's toenails. And he's going to be turning some Chihuahua's ears green or something. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, gosh.
Giving them all mani-pedis while they're in there.
Yeah, making sure the blue hairs are happy.
We'll make sure he does make it one of these days on this podcast. We will ask him about all that.
Right.
So, if you're listening, Eric, you know what? I don't know. You only have one more chance to turn us down. You turn us down one more time, it's over. We're done.
Eric, no.
You almost halfway revoked your man card.
Todd. Okay.
I've got Dean's man card over here.
No, my wife's got it on a shelf right next to my manhood up there.
So
no, you can't fault a man for not being able to get the pants from the wife. You can't do that, John.
I don't have that problem. I'm experienced.
Oh my gosh.
Been married a long time. So no. Hey, and I'm probably gonna get, and this is gonna be news. It's gonna be news for you, and we can talk about this afterwards.
Yeah.
But I will be 42 in July.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to be a grandpa, sir.
Serious? Congratulations, Todd.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
I'm going to be a young grandpa, 42-year-old grandpa. And my 4-year-old's going to be an uncle.
That's
weird.
I was an uncle when I was 7 years old. It's cool. It's good.
So, anyhow, I hope it's a boy. I can buy a bunch of guns.
Right? Well, even if it's a girl. Just buy pink ones.
I don't buy pink guns.
My little girl who's 9 likes pink guns. She wants pink guns. I bought her a pink BB gun. She wants a pink BB pistol.
This is what I like HKs. That's all I got to say. Anyhow, speaking of guns, again, this is the Patriot Defense Gun Podcast. I have a little whining to do, and I think I've probably touched about it over the last 2 or 3 shows. SHOT Show is over. Right. I had to spend all week looking at Facebook posts, Instagram posts about freaking SHOT Show. I am so done with SHOT Show. Every year I apply, and I was going to print this off, and I didn't. Every year I apply to SHOT Show, and you have to apply. You have to get on a list for them to call you to see if you can go to SHOT Show.
Yeah. And
part of the requirements is that you have a Facebook page, an industry-type Facebook page, that you've done all the stuff, that you're in the industry. And I'm scrolling through Facebook, and who do I see at SHOT Show? People that aren't in the freaking industry. Reality show stars, some stupid humorous guy that makes videos, that makes funny videos, but he's not in the Second Amendment industry? He's not in the gun industry?
How did he get his invite?
I have no freaking clue.
Is he a guest of someone?
I don't know. I don't care.
You're just bitter.
I'm bitter. I want to be at freaking SHOT Show. I'm banning SHOT Show.
Oh.
I'm back to this.
Back to it.
I'm blacklisting SHOT Show.
We're not going to SHOT Show.
Not going to freaking SHOT Show.
No podcast from SHOT Show.
Unless me complaining about it and blacklisting gets me an invite, and then I may change my mind. I'm pretty easy.
I don't know, Todd. You catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar.
I don't care. Not me. I stir up everything.
Screw everyone.
I want to go to SHOT Show. I will go there someday. Once I go to SHOT Show, that's when I know I have arrived.
Whatever. Okay.
There's a bunch of guys there that shoot bows. They're at freaking SHOT Show. Bows, guns. What? Yeah. They're propelling something.
Sporting, hunting, outdoor trade show.
They should be at the ATA show, not freaking SHOT Show. I want to see guns and knives.
Well,
and...
we could say we're going to have the Patriot Defense Show and go down to Brothers of Arms and broadcast from there to say, okay, welcome to Patriot Defense Show.
Hey, Brothers in Arms, guess what?
What?
They were at freaking SHOT Show. And they didn't mention that they were going to SHOT Show this year to me. And I think it's because they knew I'd be a little upset.
Right. They didn't want to make you unhappy.
I think they were scared. So I hope they had a good time.
Right.
But I did not. Every time I saw a post, a little piece of my freaking soul died. And I got angry.
Oh, Todd.
Damn everyone in their SHOT Show. I'm not going to SHOT Show.
Oh,
so
shoot.
what else do we need to talk about? I just want to say Patriot Defense was actually honored this week to we were able to get together with us and Washington Street, Forrest Anderson over at Washington Street Pond. And
hey, where's Washington Street Pond at? I've never even been there.
It's in
Where's
Twin
it
Falls. It's off of, I freaking don't know.
Well, it's got to be on Washington Street, but what part?
Well, yeah, it's on Washington Street. It's on Washington Street over there. Yeah, it's a red and white building. I don't know the address.
Okay. What's it off of? What cross street is it?
I don't know.
Is it
it's on a
off of
triangle.
Addison?
It's on like a corner deal. It's on a, yeah, I don't know. It's over there. Red and white building.
Stoplight? It's by a
No.
stoplight?
No.
In a car lot? No?
No.
Never mind. Okay.
Further down.
Further south? North?
South.
South. Okay.
Okay, anyhow. Dean's probably the only one that doesn't know where Washington Street Pond is. So,
Right.
But anyhow, I joined up with them we were able to help out some vets. Some vets in this town. One of them needed help. Kind of had fallen on some hard luck. We helped him get a vehicle running. Us and not just me and Washington Street Pond. It was a lot of other people came together, and I don't have the list of all their names. There's numerous other people, but what was really neat is we were able to help them out. We were able to help the one guy out that had fallen on some hard times, and then there's another gentleman there that he actually had paid $85 for a holster from another company that was in business and now is no longer in business. And was anyhow, he never got his holster. He kind of got, I guess,
hung out to dry.
Dry. They took his money. He never got a holster. I don't know the reason why, but anyhow,
he's been contacting these people multiple times.
He's been
over several months.
Yes, and so we went ahead and we took care of that.
Nice.
We all came together and helped this guy out, just because it's the right thing to do.
Right.
These guys are vets. They've served our country. They've done their part. So we all got together and helped them out, and it was a fantastic thing to do. Made me feel real good. So I'm really proud that me and Patriot Defense we could have a hand in that. So it was a really good deal. So
hearing the details of it from you from before the show, and that's impressive how quickly things came together.
It did. It came
it
came together really fast. I think Forrest put it up on Facebook or Instagram or one of those two or both. I don't know. Put them on there within 15 minutes. I mean, we had so much money. We had everything we needed to take care of these two people and these two vets and more. And I think he just had to quit taking stuff. He had to tell people enough with this. Hold it. We will do something else come, Veterans Day, or we'll come up with some other deal where and then you guys can give again. Anything extra that we had left over, I think we're going to donate to a local VFW chapter.
Nice.
And help these guys out. So he's got some really,
great.
and I'm thankful that Forrest lets me know about these opportunities, because here I am. I mean, I've got I do this on the side. This is a side business. I've got a range here. I've got a little classroom here. I'm really not in the public eye as far as I don't have a storefront somewhere.
Yeah.
And he's got a brick and mortar building. And he's able to get these people that walk in. He's able to hear. He deals with people every single day.
Well,
so
it sounds like he's got people that just come in and just kind of shoot the breeze, just to talk.
They do, yeah, a lot of them. In fact, they'll call into the radio show that we do too, and then chat with
really?
him. But it's just, I'm so glad he's able to put it out there. That I was able to step in and do my part. So
right,
it was a real good thing. So
it's always good to give back.
Yeah. So you stayed off Facebook. We're going to jump back to SHOT Show. I'm going to quit whining about SHOT Show, but you stayed off Facebook. This was actually the week to be on Facebook if you liked the right things, because you could see all the new stuff coming out at SHOT Show.
Yeah. All I did is go on and look at Indian Motorcycle, and this is not the time of year to see new things from the motorcycle industry.
No. So I'm really, and I haven't got any, and I'll have to do some digging, but I haven't got any new intel on when my PD10 is going to come out.
Yeah.
But my
weren't they at SHOT Show? Maybe you'll see a PD8 before you see your PD10.
Exactly. HK though had their little their subcompact.
Is it
HK
smaller than
VP9?
Smaller than the one you got?
Yeah.
How many? Is it a?
I didn't.
9mm?
It's a 9mm, but I would imagine they'll come out with them in 40s and stuff too, because they got the VP 40, VP. They might have a 45. I don't know if they have a 45 yet, but anyhow, that's something I was kind of looking at too, which is kind of interesting.
Right.
And other places I could spend my money, I suppose.
Right. Your oodles and oodles of money because according to some people on Facebook, all you trainers are just rolling in dough.
Yeah, I'm rolling in dough so much as I can't hardly spend anything right now because I don't know what the hell taxes are going to do to me this year.
Oh, shoot.
I'm on a self-imposed no more spending regimen until I find out what taxes are going to do for me. So we'll see what happens there. But geez, I hung this list out on the wall and I can't even freaking see it. So,
OODA
Loop. Oh yeah, you're gonna hit me up on the OODA Loop. OODA Loop stands for
Bless you.
Yeah, observe, orient, decide, and act.
OODA Loop.
You like to say that, don't you?
OODA
Loop. Meanwhile, he's saying OODA Loop. He's really thinking of Fruit Loops.
Or that new commercial on TV about the lady who takes vitamins playing with the hula hoop.
I know what? I don't have TV.
Oh, you're that's a way to go. Unplug.
So OODA Loop. Anyhow, I'm like I said, I'm trying to set up a class kind of around this and
say it again. What does it stand for?
Observe, orient, decide, and act. And it's the cycle that your body goes through. So I'm going to touch base on some stuff, and it might be, it probably needs a lot more detail here, but what it is there's a thing that that I've taught in some different classes, and some people have probably heard about it. It's called getting off the X.
Right.
So what that is when a threat comes and you go to draw your arm to fire, it's getting off the X is taking a step to the side. It's called getting off the X, taking a step to the side and then shooting. So you're not just standing in a static position, drawing your firearm and shooting, because you're really a big target like that.
Right. And it's harder to hit a moving target.
Yeah. And so... But another reason for getting off the X is you want to break that OODA loop. You're going through an OODA loop under a stressful situation. You're going through an OODA loop, and it's a decision making process that your mind goes through. You observe, you orient, you decide, and then you act. And so it's this loop that your body goes through. Mentally, you go through and make these choices. Mm-hmm. Well, a bad guy goes through that same thing too. And so if you can, for example, you want to disrupt this OODA loop when it comes to the bad guy. So by you getting off the X, he has to start his OODA loop over again.
Right.
Because you've introduced something he wasn't expecting. You're standing there, he sees you, you're the target, he's coming at you, he's drawing his firearm, you draw yours, but you step to the side, step out of the way. He has to rethink it all of a sudden and understand what you've just done and what he needs to do to adjust for that.
And now he needs to react.
And so now he needs to react. And that noise you hear is my new dog in here.
Yeah, we should say we actually do have a guest on the show today.
We do.
Izzy.
Izzy is my new dog, my new running dog. Anyhow, we'll get back to the OODA Loop. So,
OODA Loop.
Yeah. So anyhow, I'm gonna build a class based on the OODA Loop and situational awareness and defensive mindset, and it's gonna be mostly a classroom type of class. And I've got some notes jotted down yet. I don't really want to get into them yet because I'm not sure exactly the direction I'm gonna go. But I think I noticed in my concealed carry permit classes, my enhanced permit classes, people come in, they don't realize how much it's a mental game.
Yeah.
How much they've got to make choices, they've got to make decisions. Now they've got to think stuff through. It's not just pull your gun and shoot. That's a very small part of it. And I want to get more into the mental aspect of it and what you need to think about and what you need to decide as you go.
Right.
So I'm hoping this class really touches base, and then maybe we can do some getting off the X drills and stuff toward the end. So there is going to be a shooting portion.
Those getting off the X drills that we ran. Oh my gosh, those were so much fun.
They were a lot of fun.
You learn so much about yourself too. It's a great skill to learn.
It is, and it's great when you can watch each other do it, and you can help each other because you don't realize what you're doing and how you're drawing the firearm, and maybe there's a more efficient way to be able to do so, and just I don't know. It's
also to be safe about it too. So like you tell me you watch me do it. You say, oh, you just covered your fingers. Yep. And I would have blown my fingers off if I actually had a loaded firearm.
Yeah, and you don't realize it unless someone's watching you. And you just got to be really careful when you do this though too. Yeah. And it's a lot of dry fire type practice always until you develop that muscle memory, and then you can get and do it with a loaded firearm and
be very slow.
Be very
and
slow
deliberate about your movement to begin with. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm working on that class, and then I did talk to Mike, and for this spring and summer, he's working on part of a defensive shotgun type class, which will be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I may let you take it. I might not.
That'd be great.
I might not even charge you.
What?
Yeah.
A freebie?
We may do that. I got to convince Mike because we always split the proceeds from this.
I'll pay half and pay Mike.
That you know what? I'm good with that.
The dog.
Dang dog's having lunch over there. I'm not sure what it's eating. Whatever.
Anyway.
Okay. What else do we want to talk about today?
Leave yourself a way out.
Yeah, I don't know why I wrote that.
Well, that's all part of the OODA Loop.
Let's talk about the OODA Loop, but we'll discuss it. I'm learning some new stuff about the OODA Loop that I thought I knew about the OODA Loop, and I found some differing opinions online actually about the OODA Loop and how to look at it.
Yeah.
And so I'm studying both sides, and then I want to bring it together and make one class out of it. So I don't want to get into that too much yet. But
so as you talk about OODA Loop, you have your own OODA Loop that's going that's ingrained in your head. That's your fight or flight response, and you have the person who's attacking you, their OODA Loop as well. So you're trying to disrupt your own and do something that's going to disrupt their OODA Loop as well. That's exactly what you were just talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's a lot involved in this.
There's a lot involved, and I've watched a lot of very boring YouTube videos and read a lot of long books. Now they're good videos and they're good books, but a lot of information there. So we'll get it together.
Gotcha.
I'll get it put together slowly but surely. So there was actually a shooting. I don't know if it wasn't this week. It was last week. I think it was that Kentucky school shooting. Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear about it. No.
I could be wrong on my numbers, but I think there's 2 dead and
was one of them the shooter?
Nope. I want to think 7 or 8 wounded.
Oh.
And you know what? You haven't heard much about this. And we talked about this on the radio, but it's funny because a lot of people it popped up on Facebook, and then you didn't hear anything. You didn't hear anyone jump out clamoring for new gun control and this and that like you have in the past.
Right.
And we talked about this, and I actually think that it's because you got November coming up. You got some of the Democrats that want to get into office. They know they have a chance to have a lot of people running or whatever. And I think that they are holding off because they know that gun control is not a huge favored subject. I think they're trying to lay low until, I think we'll hear about it eventually, but they're trying to lay low.
So what was the details of the shooting? Do you have any?
I don't. I've read 2 articles on it, and then it's kind of disappeared, and I haven't heard about it. Then some kid that went there, walked into the Commons area and just started shooting people.
Indiscriminately, or was he...
I don't know because I didn't hear any more information on it.
So was he using the gun? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just asking you the details to be an a-hole. Sorry, Todd.
No, he was actually using a handgun.
I
don't know what kind. I'm not sure exactly how he was stopped. I don't know if law enforcement stopped him. I don't know because the articles that I read there was actually no information really. There was no nitty-gritty details. There just wasn't any, and then it just disappeared. So pretty interesting how that works. But anyhow, be prepared at all times if you can. I think we should push for some kind of teachers carrying firearms at school or something. I've always thought that. I've tried to get that done at my kids' school, and I was so close.
Right, they're good people at that school. Yeah,
but they got some new teachers that didn't like it, and so it never did.
Yeah,
it never did keep going. So
well, I spent 5 months in California this year. Yeah, down there and.
Go on.
Dog. And last night I was talking to a fellow who used to live down there, and he was telling me that how crazy it is to live down there as far as the legislature is crazy, the culture is crazy, and the legislature not too long ago, or maybe it was while he was there, passed legislation that said not even professors can carry on campus down there in California anymore. And it just, you thought it was just freaking nuts, just unbelievable that not even the professors themselves, if they're licensed, if they're trained.
That's California. Everyone's going to need some kind of you're going to need some kind of like passport to get in and out of California here pretty quick, because California's just crazy. It needs to break off. It needs to float away. That's what it needs to do.
Well, with the new fault lines they're finding, yeah, maybe it will.
Yeah.
And all those earthquakes have been happening in San Jose.
I don't know. Other than that,
anyway.
I haven't done. That's all I really had to touch on. I mean, I'm just kind of doing some more studying and trying to put this class together. And
well, thinking about this Kentucky school shooting, what would we teach our kids? What would you tell them to do? If something was going down and you weren't around, something went down at their school, what would you tell your kids to do?
You know, I've done actually an active shooter class before, not with kids, but I've done an active shooter class actually at a school out in Three Creek, out in Owyhee County. A little tiny one-room schoolhouse. A bunch of ranchers live out there in the middle of nowhere. And I taught the run, hide, and fight. So run, if you can get out, okay? If you can't get out safely, hide. And if it comes down to it that you're hiding and you have to fight, be willing to fight and fight dirty. Teach the kids to fight with whatever they have. If it's books, backpacks, if it's pencils, if it's clawing their eyes out, and do whatever you need to do to fight. I mean, it's a life and death situation there, but you have to fight if it comes down to it.
Yeah.
If you can run. If you're like, I tell my kids, if you're with your friends and some people freeze up, okay, they don't want to run.
Yeah.
You know what? If they're not going to leave, you leave them. I mean, you got to look out for yourself to certain. So run, hide, and fight. If you can't run, hide. If you can't hide, fight.
Right.
So you do what you can do. I mean, barricade doors, that kind of thing. Try to slow them down. Run, hide, fight. I mean, that's pretty easy principle.
Right. It sounds a lot like the OODA Loop.
Loop.
Where you take observe what's going on, orient yourself to what's going on, and then what are you going to do? Are you going to run? Are you going to hide? Or are you going to fight?
Exactly. So it's all about making decisions. Talk to your kids beforehand, and if they see a gun at school, you don't want anything to do with that. Run, hide, or fight. Right. I mean, get out of there. If you see it and it's early on and they can run, get out of there. Go find some help. Do something.
Right.
Get out.
Right.
And that's not just a school. That's at office buildings, corporations. Yeah. I mean, you name it. Run, hide, fight. So the dog is whining. The dog is saying that we're done.
Poor thing.
I might whine like that too if you scratch my butt, Dean.
You would.
So, anyhow, anything else, Dean? Besides, we need some more listeners.
More. Yeah.
Might be up to 12. I don't know.
Yeah, we might be. We got 9 now. Maybe we'll get to 12.
Yeah. So we need everyone. If you're a new listener, I don't know how to tell you how to do it, to be honest with you. Some people have figured it out. Some people have not. Get on iTunes, rate and review the show, and it's supposed to be good.
Make sure you put on 5 stars and stuff happens.
Yeah. Rate it 5 stars, and we don't know what'll happen, but something will happen.
Something good happens.
Something good happens.
Yeah, it's like a chain letter.
We're waiting. We're kind of waiting for the 5 stars and a cookie to fall out of the sky.
Something, a cookie and some orange juice.
That's right. So rate and review. Give us 5 stars. They say it helps. We don't know why, but hell, might as well.
Right. If everyone that puts down 5 stars, Todd will send them a new kitty.
Oh yeah, I've got some.
Right. You can mail it right to them.
Yes, we'll do that. I can do that. So other than that, share this podcast with your friends. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes now. Share it with your friends.
Right.
We like the listeners. And if you have comments or something you want to get a hold of me, you can send me an email at patriotdefense13@yahoo.com. That's patriotdefense13@yahoo.com. You can send me an email there if you want to say, hey, you guys are idiots. We don't like listening to you. Stay off the freaking, don't download any more podcasts. Tell us that. If you have questions, if you have comments, anything, get a hold of me there. Or find me on Facebook under Patriot Defense. You can shoot me a comment on there. And now I'm on Instagram.
Right.
Under Patriot Defense 13.
What's Instagram?
Yeah, you don't even know what Twitter is, do you?
Twitter. I just know Trump does it a lot, and it pisses off the liberals.
So you like it. So maybe you'll I tell you what, I'll cover Facebook and Instagram for Patriot Defense. You set up a Patriot Defense Twitter, and I'll let you go at that.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
That'd be fun for you.
Oh, that'd be great, yeah.
You can follow Donald Trump.
I have to interact socially with people.
No, it's not. You're typing in and hitting send.
It's the same way with me in texting and answering my own phone. It just, I have to get some beta blockers and some Xanax to do it.
I'm surprised you got the message of when to show up for tonight's show, to be honest with you.
Shoot.
So anyhow, I think that's it.
Right. Shout out to our listeners.
Are we going to be able to get together this coming Saturday for another?
I hope so.
I have a class. It'll be after the class.
Okay. Yeah, I hope so. I have no idea. It depends on whether or not my dear wife gets another headache or.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe quit giving her headaches.
Right.
Maybe we can give. Oh, maybe Friday night we can get together. Who knows?
Yeah. I drive right by you on my way home from Fairfield.
What time do you come home from Fairfield on Fridays?
It depends. Sometimes I'll be driving by about 4:30. Sometimes it's 5.
Okay. We'll keep it.
We'll figure it out.
The listeners don't need to know about when we do this. Just that we're going to get it done.
Get her done.
Dang it. So anyhow, I think we're good. I'm going to go outside and feed the dogs.
Right.
And
we want to say hi to Thad in Washington, Mark in Arizona.
Yeah. Hi everyone. It's kind of the show felt kind of weird tonight. Just so everyone knows.
Right.
A little slower.
It was the dog.
I got the heat cranked up like 85 in here. I'm getting a little sleepy.
Right. I had to unzip.
I'm getting a little sleepy. Next time I'm going to leave it cold in here. So anyhow, we're out of here.
Toes.
Talk to you guys later.
Right.
Bye.
Thank y'all for listening.
Okay, let's see if we can get this done with a dog in the room.
Check, and stuff.
And stuff.